We're here in Kuwait at the International Energy Forum's ministerial meeting, and I'm joined now by the head of the Data Services Department from OPEC, Mr. Fuad Al-Zayer. Thank you so much for joining us. Now, I want to talk about JODI, the Joint Organization Data Initiative, and all the work that you've been doing on this. You've been working on this for many years, and it has really, it's been a process. It's grown up in the last few years. Tell us a little about where we are 10 years later.
Well, we're very proud where JODI has arrived since 10 years ago. Only in the last 2 years, the last time we did this interview was in Cancun, Mexico. And since then, a lot has happened. We are launching more data point tomorrow. We are now taking JODI Gas as a concrete initiative that will be taking place in 2012. We have new countries who have been added. It's a wonderful journey, and we're very happy where we are today, no doubt about that.
How relevant is the information and the data that you gather for the JODI initiative? Who's using it?
Well, we like to say JODI was an initiative called upon by ministers 10 years ago, but right now, today, it's called upon by users. If we are late, if we don't get the right data on time, we get calls. Users are using it, and this to us is an indication of its success. People actually using it, people are calling for it, they are pushing us to do more, to provide more data points, which we are doing tomorrow. So basically, I think this is where we are. It's no longer called by the ministers, and the political dimension is by real users who actually use it for day-to-day decision making.
Do you also find that the international and the national oil companies are beginning to use it, if nothing else, to compare and contrast among their data? That's what I'm hearing.
Oh, no doubt about that. I can tell you from OPEC experience, our own analysts in OPEC who do forecasting and analysis, they use it. So even though we are one of the providers of this data as an organization, but we're also one of its biggest users. And the same thing goes to the national oil companies and the IOCs as well.
Now you have, more than 100, about 100 countries contributing to that. Are you getting the data on time? Are you getting accurate data? And indeed, have you managed to maybe speed people along over the years to actually give you more accurate and more timely reporting?
Well, I can tell you the picture is not consistent. There are certain countries which are very forthcoming. I'll be frank with you and transparent. Very forthcoming. I know all the countries are doing their best. That I can tell you. But however, not all countries have the same capability, resources in the ground. That has to be strengthened in certain regions, and that will take time. But most countries are really doing their best, and we have seen an improvement in submission. I can tell you from OPEC countries, we are really very glad to see 3 smiles in every member country we have.
Now, of course, you have many partners in this, and just quickly run us through who are the partners that you're working with. It's OPEC, IEA, IEF. Just give us a feel for who's who and who's involved in this.
Well, there are 6 international organizations representing major consumers, such as the IEA, APEC for the Asia-Pacific region, and you have the major exporter, which is like OPEC, OLADI in South America, Eurostat, and the United Nations Statistical Office as well. So we have 6 organizations working together, but all are pulled together by the IEF. The IEF in Riyadh has the main JODI coordination role, and they deal with us. But we shouldn't be forgetting that we as an organization, we are also coordinators. We actually go to the member country, to the ministries, to be able, who work with the IOCs and the NOCs to collect that information. So really, the cooperation in this is amazing. When you think of this, you have 100 countries plus all over the globe, and you have data coming from the ground from somebody in Bolivia, and somebody else is in Taiwan, somebody in Saudi Arabia, pulling this information together, and yet it is available for the world to see a month later.